On July 10th of 2023, May and Zach, who run the YouTube channel Urbax Vibes, uploaded this video in which they explored an abandoned daycare and preschool, which was forced to close in 2008 for failing to file the annual report for the year. Rumors have it that the license of this place was revoked because of a brutal incident that took place inside of the now abandoned daycare, which was the murder of a child, carried out by a frustrated worker. The exact name and location of the daycare were not revealed in the video, which is a common practice for urban explorers to prevent vandalism. As the video begins, the two explorers came across fascinating items from the time the place was operational that were all left untouched to decay.
And you take a look at this wall right here, you can see how badly decayed certain parts are getting. Got this cool old Epson computer. I guess this was just for typing and printing. It collapses in and it kind of opens up like this.
Yeah, it looks really old.
Yeah, really, really old.
There was also a calendar, which was open to September 2007, which appeared to be the last page that had been used from it, signifying the time around the final days of the daycare. The place was full of material like books, educational paperwork, science cassettes, an old phone, and tons of pictures of children who probably were a part of the place back when it used to operate. Then in the other room, they even found a wardrobe full of children's costumes.
Here, come in here and take a look. I believe in here is like a bunch of like costumes the kids would wear. Red and black dress. There's like a Christmas tree dress.
Then, as the two decided to explore different parts of the house, it was instantly noticeable that the place was frequently visited by outsiders, as it was heavily vandalized, but the two kept on exploring, showing the viewers all of the items as they kept coming across them. And then it was time to get into the basement, which is when things suddenly took a darker turn.
Vanity thing on top of a speaker. I know this doll and I can't...
Is it the girl from Clifford? Oh my
Can't
God,
get it out.
don't touch anything over there. Is that blood? That is blood. Yep, that's blood. Now we've noticed around this area, while coming in, we obviously didn't come through here, we went through a door, but the blood is coming from over here. Oh my God, it looks recent too. It doesn't look that old. But it's coming from here, so maybe somebody got cut by the pieces of glass. Wow, that's bad.
I see somebody's like hand wipe on the thing in the middle.
That's crazy, that's bad. Holy cow.
I don't get, like, it can't be the paint right there.
It's not the paint, it's blood. We saw it on the window.
It doesn't make sense, yeah.
They got cut with the glass.
Like you said, that's really, like that looks
recent.
Fresh right there.
It's still wet. That's not good. Now, I wonder if they was like trying to get out or coming in. And that's fresh.
I'm not worried about like the decayed stuff and the old stuff. That would be something to worry about.
Yeah.
When people say, oh, you're gonna get something by touching these things. No, but that, yes, that's possible.
With blood drips all around it.
Yeah, and this old piano, which I was gonna open up the thing, but I don't think I want to anymore.
As May was looking at a doll, she completely missed the bloodstains right next to it, which Zach immediately pointed out. And the most disturbing part about this sight was that the blood was still so fresh and red, which meant that someone was right there just moments before the explorers reached that part of the abandoned property. A possible explanation, as given by the explorers, was that someone hurt themselves while moving in or out of the window that was surrounded by shattered glass, because the blood led to that same way. Many people in the comments believed that someone put fake blood at that spot, while others argued why would someone randomly do that. And despite the unsettling scene, the two explorers kept on going until they were finally finished and ended their exploration safely. Now the question, whether the blood was real or fake, is up to you guys to answer in the comments down below. The creator behind the YouTube channel Stringer Media has built a name for exploring forgotten places and uncovering the stories they hide. he documents what's left behind as the evidence of lives that once existed in the now abandoned places. But on this particular day, his trip would uncover something far stranger than him or his viewers expected. On a freezing day in Minnesota, he arrived at a remote ghost town that once housed workers for a U.S. military radar base during the Cold War. The area was completely deserted, and the first thing he came across during his visit set the tone for the rest of the day. Take a look.
How's it going, everybody? Today we're inside this abandoned ghost town, and already I see a car here that's completely flipped over. This is a scene straight out of an apocalypse movie. It looks like a lot of these houses kind of just left everything behind.
It was a car that was flipped completely upside down. It was a surreal sight, a violent welcome to a place that didn't seem to follow the normal rules of life. The weather was worsening, but he pressed on, determined to understand what happened here. Inside the first house, he found something that didn't make sense. The walls were falling apart, but the rooms were filled with well-kept furniture, as if someone had just moved out or left in a hurry.
Look at all this stuff here. This is so weird. You know, a lot of this furniture is really nice. It's like people were gonna move in here. Maybe somebody did temporarily live here, it looks like, maybe. Really weird. All this beautiful furniture. Yeah, just look at that car flipped over. So strange. How does that even happen? How do you flip a car over in the middle of nowhere? This really is the middle of nowhere. It's like the mountains. A clock and a couple other things, a plate, dishwasher with papers in it. It's an odd looking dishwasher. Wow, there's still utensils. That's crazy. But as you can see here, the houses go back quite a bit.
Even the kitchen drawers still held utensils, and the place seemed less like a home that was abandoned decades ago, and more like a place frozen in time, waiting for people who would never return. As he moved from house to house, things only became more confusing.
Oh my gosh. No way. There's a whole car in here. Another car. And as you can see, vandals have gotten to this place, but not too many people have heard about this, and it's pretty remote. This is crazy. Why would they leave a car behind? All this stuff I've already seen. Wow.
Inside one of the garages, he found a van completely intact, abandoned but untouched. Then, in another garage, a Suzuki Samurai with painted flames, bicycles, and a boombox.
You have to be kidding me. There's a whole, and this one's sick. They got the flames and everything. What is this, a Suzuki? Suzuki Samurai, I think, or a Jeep. Wow. I think that this was the top for it. There's a boombox and a bicycle, 2 bicycles. Yeah, like legitimately, this is so odd. I've never seen cars in an abandoned neighborhood just left abandoned like this. Absolutely surreal. It looks like they had some cool additions. You don't really see these cars too much.
The cars weren't left on the roads. Instead, they were parked in their places, like their owners planned to come back. One particular house stood out. The kitchen still had dishes in the sink. Shoes were scattered across the floor. Everything felt paused mid-life, like the residents had simply vanished.
It really just looks like these people just got up and left. How does this happen? They still left their dishes in the sink. I wonder if they left food in the fridge. Oh, just water. pro tip, never open a fridge in an abandoned building. It smells really bad.
As he walked through the rooms, strange creaking sounds came from inside the walls. The noise followed him from one corner to another, making it hard to tell if it was the old wood or something else. Further down the street, he reached another part of the town, smaller and even more run down. Some of the homes looked like trailers, and inside one, he found something that stuck with him. It was a burnt Barbie doll, its face melted beyond recognition. Eventually, he made his way to a massive fire tower overlooking the town. If he could climb it, he'd get a view of everything that was left. The structure was weak, the wood groaning with each step. But when he reached the top, the view said it all. From above, the entire ghost town stretched out beneath him. Empty houses, silent streets, and trees slowly taking over what used to be a neighborhood.
So I'm not even near halfway up, and it's just incredible up here. Absolutely incredible. You can actually start to see the neighborhood now. There's the town. So we're at the absolute top of this fire tower now. It's just, the view is beautiful. Completely breathtaking. You can see all the trees starting to turn, and most already have in certain areas. It's just beautiful. So what I wanted to show you guys, there's this. My guess is whatever this is was for bats or some kind of something. I don't know. And the other houses you can very vaguely see. I'm sure once it's winter time you can see it better, but look at that. Isn't that something?
The scene was haunting, not because of ghosts or legends, but because everything looked like people had simply walked away and never returned. Even after leaving, the questions stayed with him. What could cause an entire town to be abandoned so suddenly, with cars still parked and belongings left behind? Was it a failed project, an evacuation, or something else entirely? Today, the town remains frozen in time, a quiet reminder of lives once lived and stories left unfinished. Some places are haunted by spirits, but this one is haunted by its silence, by the mystery of what really happened here, and by its abandonment itself. In October of 2023, a YouTuber named Jared uploaded a video titled "Exploring a Half-Abandoned Hospital" to his channel, Jared Coker Urbex, which focuses on urban exploration, documenting his visits to abandoned locations across the United States. And in this particular video, Jared explored an old hospital located in rural Alabama. After parking his car on the side of the road, he continued the rest of the journey on foot. Once he reached the facility, he climbed through an open window to get inside. The building was in rough shape. The walls were deteriorated, the ceilings were damaged, and black mold and asbestos covered large sections of the rooms. But surprisingly, the other half of the hospital looked completely different, which was a section that still had power, with lights and some electronics still functioning. Despite how strange that was, Jared didn't think much of it and continued exploring, and up to this point, everything seemed quiet. He didn't hear or see anything that made him think anyone else was there. But as he moved toward the lower floors, things started to change.
Whoa, 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 there's a light down there. A red light. When I stepped out in the hall and moved. Yeah, every time I move it turns on. It's a motion sensor. It's not good. It's so weird, look. I can actually see right there where the building becomes in better condition. But then over here it's just this. Realistically, that sensor's probably been going on since I first got in here, because I already walked down the hall like 20 feet before I even noticed it, so if anyone's gonna show up, they're already on their way. Oh man, I mean, I'm just hoping that's not gonna trigger some sort of like silent alarm. There's nobody up front, but they'd probably be in the other parking lot if they came. What's that noise? What's this dinging noise? Is Is it the sensors? It might be the sensors. It sounds like some like weak little alarm sound. I just don't think I should stay here. I really don't.
As soon as Jared heard the beeping noise, he ran out of the basement and headed upstairs. He had already noticed what looked like a motion detector earlier and figured he may have triggered an alarm. Still, instead of leaving, Jared decided to stay a little longer and finish exploring. For the next several minutes, everything was quiet again. That was until he turned a corner in one of the hallways and saw something that made him bolt for the exit.
I need to have another quicker way out than that window if I have to like run for it. This car's at the place next door, but that's something else, I think. There's really no way out of here except for the window I came in, or if I go to the lit up portion, any minute that little light's gonna come on again. Oh God. Oh, there's no way the camera would have just seen that, but there's a person in there right now. Someone just walked through. All right, I can't go there now. There's no way. If I'd have gone there earlier, that person might have been there the whole time. Oh, tell me you saw that. They walked by again. Come on, one more time, just for proof. There. I know the camera saw it. They're there right now. I swear I think they're looking at me. I don't want to go back that way, because that's where they'd be. I saw people go by that door like twice, and I think I had my light on too. I gotta get out of here. If I climb up this hill. What? No. What the heck? It was two ladies. Gotta get out of here now. That way would go back to the road, but that's a lot of woods.
After noticing someone walking behind a door, Jared immediately sprinted toward the nearest window and jumped out to escape. As he ran, a woman confronted him, demanding to know why he was inside the building. Jared denied everything and kept running toward his car. But in the rush to get away, he realized he had dropped both his phone and car keys while jumping out, and with no other choice, he had to go back.
I don't have my phone. I just dropped my phone and my keys. This is horrible. They might still be at the window. This is so awful. I'm literally gonna get caught because of this, because I have to go right back there. What? I can't understand.
Can you understand me now?
Maybe?
What is this picture?
It's just a camera.
What kind of camera?
It's a Canon. Yeah.
Come here with me. I'll help you, okay? Are you working with a ghost TV?
A what?
Or who you with? What is your name?
Jeff.
Jeff who?
Just Jeff.
How did you come inside that building? Which entry did you take?
Hold on, let me.
Show me.
What entry?
You know, whether it is. Oh, this is the door you entered? See, I'm trying to figure it out. That wood is private. This is a private land. You know,
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I'll leave if you need me to leave. I didn't know this was like
no,
that.
I called for help. For us, for you and me. Is that the opening that you went in?
I didn't go in.
Jeff, let us not even go there. But we need to solve this amicably so that this don't happen. This is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you to be honest with the officer.
I will.
Okay?
Yeah.
Just come on, let's meet him. So it'll be a pleasant encounter.
Hello.
How y'all doing?
Yeah. So yeah.
What happened?
I'll tell him. It's all right. Yeah. I thought it was an abandoned building, so I came down here and there was a wide open window, so I just hopped on in. I was trying to take like some pictures and stuff because I do like abandoned place photography, and then.
You can't be doing that, right?
When Jared returned to the building, a woman stopped him and confronted him about why he was there. Jared soon found out the woman was actually the owner of the property, and that parts of the hospital were still active, used as a doctor's office. By the time the woman questioned him, she had already called the police. And, when officers arrived, Jared explained everything honestly, that he believed the building was completely abandoned and had no bad intentions. Fortunately, the owner decided not to press charges, and Jared was let go with just a warning. Later, he said he was extremely grateful for how things turned out. because that small act of kindness probably saved him from being arrested for trespassing. For the YouTuber D Menace, exploring abandoned buildings had become second nature. But his trip to an old German factory would remind him just how quickly things can spiral out of control, when on a bright day, he arrived with a camera in hand and found his way inside through a broken door, stepping into the damp air thick with the scent of rust and decay.
Okay. I can see the stairs up, so basically there's need to be stairs down, and I think I reached a really dangerous and scary part here because it's starting to feel and look exactly like in Silent Hill. Holy I don't know, should I go into these kind of places? It's the basement, the underground, every movie, every scary movie, all the things happening in the underground, in the basement. Oh, this is just the water. Holy I really hate these kind of moments. Some is happening here for sure. And I got goosebumps. You can see I got goosebumps all over my hands just from thinking about all the happening here. I hope this is gonna be fine because I'm scared as hell. I get in the out of this basement. So right now I'm getting myself to the upper floors. There's second and third floor. I need to find a good way to go to the roof.
The factory stretched into endless empty halls, twisted metal, peeling paint, and silence that felt too heavy to be empty. As he explored, faint sounds began to echo through the corridors, which were probably footsteps or pipes shifting in the distance. He couldn't tell, but something about it didn't sit right. He descended into the basement, the air growing colder with every step. The deeper he went, the stronger the unease became. It felt like he wasn't alone around that place. He decided to head back upstairs, but the strange noises didn't stop. Then, as he looked out a window, he saw a man approaching the building.
I keep hearing noises here. I don't know if it's because I'm scared or if it's really because somebody is in here already. For sure somebody gonna come here today because this place is huge. It's really a big mark on the land here and it's hard to miss it. Because I've been seeing that from the other side of the building there's some newly trash cans placed there just to clean everything, so I don't know. Oh shit. Holy shit, he's coming. So it's like not enough that I'm not the only one in this building. Now I see somebody's coming inside. I hope that this guy is peaceful and normal. You can hear it, right? You can hear the noises. Somebody is in here.
Moments later, the noises returned, and this time they were coming from inside. Turning a corner, he froze. Peeking through a hole in the wall, he could see someone's legs, and whoever it was, they were already inside.
Shit. He heard me. Guys, we're gonna make a first encounter. This is the last thing that I wanted to happen here. Good, alles gut, chill out, man. Everything is fine. English, yeah, English. What the fuck, man? What's happening?
I'm discovering here. I'm so scared of you. Just running around.
Why didn't you say something?
Because I just heard and I was scared.
It's good to listen to speak in English. Let me hold my camera for a moment. Holy shit, man. What the hell?
You scared me. It was just, I don't know who's rummaging around here, so could that be dangerous for me?
So we're good.
We're good.
Everything is fine.
Everything's fine.
God damn. I'm making just videos here, so everything is fine. I'm just making videos. I have a YouTube channel. I'm just doing some stuff here.
Just into discovering like abandoned places like this, and yeah, so it's okay. I'm cool.
Okay.
Moving quietly, he tried to investigate, but before he could react, the man lunged, and the camera shook violently as he fell to the ground with panic taking over. But then he realized the man wasn't hostile, but just another explorer. They were both startled as they laughed it off, and the tension just melted away. The fear faded, but the feeling stayed, because it's one thing to be alone in an abandoned place, and another to realize you never really were. The creator behind the YouTube channel Urbex Ontario ventures into the remnants of the past, documenting forgotten structures that time has quietly erased. From crumbling homes to abandoned businesses, his explorations reveal the eerie beauty hidden within decay. But on this day, he would stumble upon a discovery that proved life always finds a way, even in the most desolate places. He began by circling the exterior, taking in the boarded-up windows and the overgrown landscape.
Do another video today. We're going to be checking out this really cool abandoned 1940s house. So I've seen a few pictures of this place. I haven't been here before, so I'll be seeing it for the first time too. This place has been abandoned for about 50 years with everything still inside of it.
An old, disconnected water pump stood as a silent relic of a time before running water, hinting at the deep history of the home before he even stepped foot inside.
This is cool, the old pump. Do you guys think it still works? No, it's not connected. That's the well right there. So this is where they get their water from. So when this house was first built, they probably didn't have running water. You'd have to come out here with a bucket and pump it. It's not connected anymore, but...
After a brief survey of the property, he was ready to breach the front door and see what secrets the house had kept for decades. Once inside, the feeling of stepping back in time was immediate. The front porch area was cluttered with relics from the past, a 1950s-style dresser, an old desk, and a massive wardrobe that had tipped over, its mirror shattered by the slowly collapsing floor beneath it.
So there was this big wardrobe here next to the door. It has completely tipped over. Look at that, how it just fell right apart. Mirror broke on the door. And I guarantee that fell because this floor is sloping a lot. Look at the old like 50s curtains, that's so cool. As well as this couch.
As he moved into the living room, the scene became even more surreal. A vintage television sat as the centerpiece, surrounded by mid-century couches, as if the family had just gotten up and walked away. The explorer noted that stepping into a house like this is the closest one can get to time travel, experiencing the lingering presence of a bygone era.
Like it feels like you're in like the 50s coming into this room, like these old couches, you know, 50s, 60s style. Even the TV almost feels like, I don't know if it's quite that old, but it definitely kind of has that feel to it. But yeah, and like, even the shag, and what I've said before, like these abandoned houses like this, where everything's left behind, this is the closest we'll ever get to like time travel, because you get to feel kind of what like a different era felt like, you know, back in the 50s and 60s, kind of that mid-century.
There's a baby, the whole family of squirrels sitting in the window.
Really?
Yeah, there, look. Guys, this is the first time I've seen something like this.
Oh, wow. Look at that, guys.
The mother's at the top. I wanted you to come up here quickly to film this, because this is kind of neat.
There's the mother, and then the babies are they're in between the glass and the plywood. So they can't come in the house because the glass is there.
Yeah.
I don't want to scare these guys too much,
but
there's the baby squirrels.
How cool is that? Hey, buddies.
Suddenly, his friend Carlo called for him to come upstairs, insisting he had to see something. The explorer ascended the stairs, unsure what to expect. There, nestled between the glass of an old window and the plywood boarding it up, was a mother squirrel and her babies. They had built a nest in the small gap, turning a piece of the decaying home into their sanctuary. It was an unexpected and heartwarming sign of life in a place that had been silent for so long. and after observing the family for a moment, they decided to leave them in peace and continued their exploration downstairs. In the dining room, a stunning discovery lay on the table. A newspaper dated Thursday, July 24th, 1975. This single piece of paper offered a powerful clue, a potential timestamp for the very moment the house was left behind.
Toronto, Thursday, July 24th, 1975. Is that when this house was abandoned, guys? I don't know. Look, you got some recipes on there. If anyone wants to make egg loaf, there's a recipe from 1975. I'll make sure to show the whole thing if you guys actually want to make that. There you go, screenshot it. But yeah, that's so cool. See if we see anything newer in here, but it's very possible this has been abandoned since then. Look at that, the curtains just completely falling apart. So this is where the family would have gathered to eat their meals.
The kitchen was just as preserved, with original cabinets from the 1940s still filled with dishes. It was clear the inhabitants had left nearly everything behind, deepening the mystery of their sudden departure. Moving upstairs, they found bedrooms still arranged with twin beds and closets full of thick cobwebs. The highlight, however, was a perfectly preserved 1950s bathroom, decked out in floor-to-ceiling pink tile, a vibrant, almost surreal sight amid the decay. After exploring the house, the investigation led to a barn on the property, inside which another time capsule awaited, a vintage Case 430 tractor, which sat silently as a relic from the 1950s or 60s. The barn served as a workshop for the fruit orchard that once surrounded the property, filled with old bushel baskets, farming tools, and two antique cabinets likely dating back to the late 1800s. The entire property stood as a museum of forgotten life, and each of its objects told a fragment of the family's story. While no ghosts haunted these halls, the house carried something far more haunting, the palpable presence of the past, and the lingering question of why a family would vanish, leaving their entire existence behind. The newspaper from 1975 offered a chillingly specific time frame, but the reasons remain locked within the decaying walls. For Urbex, Ontario, and their viewers, and even for me personally, it was a reminder that sometimes the most unsettling discoveries aren't supernatural. They're the very real, very human stories that abandoned places refuse to let go of. Make sure to comment your thoughts down below. I'll reply to each comment and pin the best one. Also, make sure to like and subscribe for more such content. I'll see you in my next video. Until then, stay spooky.